Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. With all that's going on at the moment with the war in Ukraine, it's very easy for people to fall into hatred. Hatred of other people, hatred of Russian people, people who have no part to play whatsoever in the conflict and should not be carrying any blame for it. Also, it's very easy for people to go for simple, easy slogans. For example, I hear people saying, glory to Ukraine, when I don't believe we should be giving glory to Ukraine. I don't believe we should be giving glory to Russia. I don't believe we should be giving glory to Ireland. I believe glory belongs to God and to God alone. And the only one I'm going to give glory to is Jesus Christ, the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings. Neither should we start picking on anybody or everyone because they're Russian. There are lots of Russians who are horrified and highly embarrassed at what has been done in their name by their country's leadership. Now, I do understand the whole point behind applying economic sanctions. And indeed, if economic sanctions can stop a larger country bullying a smaller country, surely that is a better way to achieve that goal than ending up fighting World War III. I grieve for some of my Russian friends who I know are going to suffer because of the economic sanctions, but I believe their suffering would be worse if the European Union countries and the United States, for example, were involved in a full-scale war against Russia. But we do not hate Russian people. And yet sometimes people are falling into that kind of trap. So amidst all of the sanctions that are taking place, one of the stupidest things I saw was a university of all things. A university in Italy had been planning a course on the Russian novelist Fyodor Dostoevsky, and they'd cancelled it because it sounded too Russian. Now, never mind the fact that Dostoevsky has been dead for 141 years and so can hardly share any blame for something Vladimir Putin has done in 2022. Never mind the fact that Fyodor Dostoevsky was a committed Christian. And some of his books, I would recommend you read them. If you'd like to start reading something by Dostoevsky, I'd recommend one of his novels, Crime and Punishment, which is a wonderful study of how when we've done something wrong, our conscience convicts us and eats away at us inside until we can find pardon and forgiveness. So for a university to be banning or cancelling Dostoevsky 141 years after his death because of the invasion of Ukraine is an absolute nonsense. It's the kind of unthinking response that actually does more harm than good. And our main response as Christians right now needs to be prayer. I've been privileged over these last 3 weeks to participate in many prayer meetings online with Christian leaders from across Europe, including Christian leaders who are pastors and leaders and bishops in Ukraine. And I do believe that our primary response to this crisis must be that of prayer. Now, we look at current affairs and we have viewpoints on them, and all of us have our own viewpoints, our own political feelings and everything else. But let's make sure that we don't descend into some kind of unthinking dislike of anybody or anything that is Russian. I know some absolutely wonderful Russian believers, and they are some of the most precious people I've ever met, and they remain so even with all that's going on now. And let's not get into just repeating mindlessly slogans or sticking blue and yellow flags on everything without actually thinking what it is we're trying to say, what it is we're trying to do. We believe it is wrong for a large country to bully a smaller country. We believe it is wrong for a country to invade another country and start killing civilians. These things are awful. They are evil. But let's make sure that the way that we respond, even to great evil, is not by slipping into nastiness ourselves, is not to slip into foolishness, but is to stand even firmer on the word of God and as people of prayer. May God bless you today. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.